Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that resonates with your intuition, the one that draws you today, that calls out to you, and we'll begin. For those of you who chose the green stone, we have the 10 of coins, we have the Magician, we have the 8 of wands. So, the Magician is a powerful card. That's your major arcana. And that is saying you have the power to manifest today. Well, which is a good thing because it looks like there are a number of things going forward sort of quickly. All in the right direction. But sometimes with that 8 of wands, you can feel kind of busy. Like there's a lot of little things you're doing. There's a lot of goals. Well, some of them big things, but there are a lot of priorities that you have some passion for, that you have some feeling of purpose about. They're important to you. You're moving things forward really well. So that's, rest assured, even if it feels kind of like there are a lot of things happening, that's okay. You're doing it. You're pulling it off. The Magician pulls it off. The 10 of coins. There may be something about money with this. And that's terrific. So you are also pushing ahead with things that increase your financial security and maybe increase security for all of the generations of your family. So that's really pretty neat. Sometimes the 10s, the 10 of coins, the 10 of cups in particular, I feel like it's about someone from the other side giving you a little bit of help, letting you know, I'm here. We are still a complete family, you know. We're here pulling for you. So sometimes that's about that too. You may have had thoughts recently about, you know, what would mom say about this, or what would dad say about that, or grandma or grandpa, or, you know, somebody important who's passed on, a friend who's passed on, maybe a partner who's passed on. And if you've been having those kinds of thoughts, they've just been kind of creeping into your memory, you know, creeping into your thoughts as you go about your day, your busy day, you know, getting all these things done. That's them. That's them saying, we're here to help you to feel safe and secure. We're backing you up. We're here to help you with your security. So that's nice. That is nice. Yeah, but the Magician, that's great power to bring about good things. These are all good cards. All right, for those of you who chose the Tiger's Eye, we have the Hanged Man, we have the Hierophant, and we have the 9 of Wands. So the Hanged Man and the Hierophant are your major arcana, and that is about a delay, perhaps regarding something that is a contract or has to do with the law or has to do with sometimes a profession. There may, or some human institution that, you know, is created to bring about the greater good, is created to help us achieve goals that we would have trouble achieving on our own, that kind of thing. That's the Hierophant. So there may be a delay regarding something in that area. However, you are fine. You don't need to get worried about it. Yeah, it can be a delay regarding rules and laws that you want to see changed. But here's the deal. Rather than having this sense of being embattled and like, you know, I don't, now what? You know, the low expectations, I mean, that things can change or something, or the breakthrough that you need here is coming. Rather than have low expectations, I think Spirit is saying, yeah, it is taking time. Yes, it is. But we can view this as an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. We can live in a different way right now. We can, maybe we're not able to make the choices that we want to make right now, but we can meditatively accept the timing of the universe. And then sometimes remarkable things happen. We get a whole new perspective. Like there's a halo around this man's head. It's like he's enlightened. Sometimes a delay will give us the time and the impetus to seek greater peace through meditation. Well, this man's in a yoga pose. But this is a useful time, is what I am getting. And it's okay. Things will be moving through. Things will be moving forward. That Hierophant is upright. Things will be moving ahead. But there is a delay. But that really can be all right. We don't need to look on it in a guarded sort of way. Yes. Okay. For those of you who chose the amethyst, the purple stone, we have the moon, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Five of Swords. Very interesting. So the moon is your major arcana. Your intuition's probably really good right now, and it may be needed, though, with that moon, because some things may not be clear. And things may be turbulent, affecting your emotion. Of course, as the King of Cups, you have great maturity, and you're able to rise above that, float over it. You're able to deal with it. But there's something here with this Five of Swords. That is a victory card. So it's not a bad card. It's a good card. However, it's the kind of victory where you're cutting something away. And these are swords, so it could be you're cutting away a plan. It could be you're cutting away a thought. It could be you're cutting away a discussion, even. You know, you're saying, that's it. We're not talking about this. I've made a decision. So it's a kind of a cutting away. It's a victory. It's like, I've got to do what's right for me and what I feel is right. And, you know, maybe not everybody likes it. Maybe not everyone would approve. But sometimes. And sometimes this isn't about other people not liking it. Sometimes it's about sort of a part of yourself not liking it. You know, you're taking the victory. You're making a decision. You have a good plan. You're using your intellect. You're deciding to do what's smart, not go with your emotion. Because your emotion, you're having good self-control with this King of Cups. You're understanding your emotion. You have insight into it. You're not probably letting it lead, you know, because there might be a reason why you're doing what makes sense logically. And in the end, it will be best for you emotionally, too. Even if there's some turbulence or what have you, you have wisdom and understanding. So it's interesting. This is an interesting spread. Lots of good intuition here. Lots of good, and your intellect is working well too with it. So I think there's really a message to trust your maturity, trust what you know, trust your intellect, trust your intuition. I think that's what it is. It may be a time when things are murky and it's hard for you to figure out exactly what to do next. But maybe you're led just to the next step and the next step with that moonlight by your intuition, and that's good enough. So these are good cards, but it's interesting. That's an interesting spread. There's a bit of challenge in it, but definitely succeeding. For those of you who chose the pink stone, we have we have 4. By accident, we have 4. Okay, well that's interesting, but yet they're all minor arcana. So that is doesn't necessarily mean it's a huge kind of day or a big decision-making kind of day. No big events. But boy, is it a mixture. It looks a little bit challenging to me. The 9 of, but yet minor arcana issues. It's just like challenging the way daily things can be challenging. You know, nothing big is wrong, thank goodness. It's just, you may be worrying too much because there's something you're trying to figure out. Maybe you didn't sleep enough last night, and that always makes it tougher to feel peaceful during the day. And sometimes the only answer for that is to not think about it until you have slept. Put the swords away. We're not thinking about it. We're not figuring it out till we have slept. But the 7 of Swords is also, there could be something you're worried about, like, does someone have a hidden agenda? Is there something somebody's not telling you? And again, we don't have major arcana here, so it could be something minor. But it could be that you're feeling like there's some conflict, you're feeling sort of challenged. Maybe there's been an interaction lately that just didn't sit right with you, or there's a relationship, interactions with perhaps a coworker or even a family member, because this is these are conflict or disagreement among people who are building something together. So it's not anything huge or major. Oh, I have a little ant in my flower. Oh, well, that's okay. That's maybe fitting for the reading. It's just these little things. It feels like all these little things are kind of bothersome today. But even if there's disagreement or some conflict, or this could be internal conflict too with this Nine of Swords. It could just all be in your mind right now. Not to say there's nothing going on. You know, there may be reasons for the worry, but frankly, I just think you need to take good care of yourself. I feel like clarity about all of this and standing your ground, you feel a little challenged. I think clarity about all of this is on the other side of some good rest. Some good physical rest, or sometimes mental rest. And mental rest can be gotten by taking a break from thinking about any of this and going and socializing, or doing something enjoyable or physical, and then coming back to it later, or not worrying about all this till later. Yeah. I just feel like it's minor stuff. Like minor stuff. You know how when you start thinking, what did this person mean when they said that? You know, or you start thinking, what does that person really think of me? And you get the sense that they're not sure about you, or you get the sense that there's some sort of conflict or disagreement or judgment, or they have an agenda maybe that they're not telling you about, or you get a sense that something's amiss, but it's probably not anything big. And after you're rested, you probably put it in perspective and think, well, it doesn't really matter. You know, I don't really... You know, after you've rested, it can be sort of like, I don't really care what they think. But anyway, you stand your ground, which is good. You're true to your main priority, which is good. I think that shortly, after a little bit of rest for the mind or rest for the body, things get a lot clearer, and there really is no major problem here. That's what I'm seeing. All right. Well, I thank you all so very much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.